Hi, I'm Emma. Welcome to Emma Esoteric. This will be a tarot reading for Taurus. If you'd like to book a personal reading, please go to emmaesoteric.com.au. These tarot readings may bring up emotions or ideas or beliefs to the forefront of your mind, and you can view them as like watching a movie or listening to music or looking at a piece of artwork. You can interpret these readings however you like. In the main energy, start with the secondary energy, the energy coming in, the energy leaving, the supporting energy, the challenge, headspace, heart space, and environment. Things are looking pretty secure in your environment, and you're wondering whether you should at the moment engage into a relationship that has been in the dark for a while. The advice here is or the supporting energy is continuing to ignore this relationship. I say advice because it feels like you want to move in this direction, but it's probably best to just ignore the situation at this time. There has been some type of authority that has left your life in some way. So there's this feeling of a change, like a feeling of freedom in some way, and emotional maturity, like a breath of fresh air. Like you can actually enjoy what you have created, the stability that you have created. There is no one breathing down your neck. In the central energy here, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is a change of circumstance. And this is something that's happened outside of your control. This is something that's happened and it feels like it's happening to you. Like, how I can't even believe this change occurred. When did this change occur? This is not something that you were wanting to change. This may have happened to do with a partnership. There's been a change of the way a partnership has moved, or something has changed within the partnership due to something being kept in the dark in some way. There was something here that was kept in the dark to do with this partnership, which is why there's been some type of change. There may have been fears around which direction this partnership was taking or going. And whether someone was loyal or not to the partnership. There's a question around loyalty, vulnerability, and around how different someone may have been to the other person. The energy that's coming in here is caring, nurturing. With the Emperor that's leaving, this can also be a sense of being very stern towards this change, having a very rigid idea about this change as well, and having a lot of clenched up emotions. And now the energy that's coming through is releasing those emotions or opening up the floodgates to be able to feel and express some type of way about how this change of circumstances occurred or happened. I am noticing the Ace of Swords underneath as well, which is what this creature here is holding. And there is some type of truth that may have came out, or someone has spoken some type of truth about how they felt about the relationship, feeling like they were in the dark within the relationship. The Queen of Cups is bringing in nurturing, vulnerability, and emotional maturity around this circumstance. The Emperor that's leaving is rigidness, holding things together, not wanting to show emotion, having too much control in the situation and not letting the flow happen. If there wasn't a flow happening in the relationship, like I'm looking at like a water, like a water dam where you have those wheels, those turbines that spin the water around to make them stop them from getting stagnant. It's like that wheel or cog got stuck, and the emotional relationship, the relationship itself, the waters around it got stagnant, and then something helped it move again. And because it hadn't moved for a long time, a lot of gunk got pulled up in this wheel, and a lot of like emotional feelings got pulled up from underneath the surface. And instead of dealing with those at the time, you shut them down and you went on your way being very stoic within the circumstance. But now you're starting to kind of unpack those emotions. The supporting energy here is the Four of Cups, which to me is like taking it slow. It was coming through initially as ignoring, but I don't feel like you're ignoring it. I just feel like you're taking it slow and really examining and processing. Just a sec. Sorry about that. I completely lost my train of thought and what I was saying, but this Four of Cups is coming through as sorting out the emotions, and I'm looking at the image more than I'm looking at the representation or the meaning of the Four of Cups. You're putting all your emotions into a kind of memory bank, so to speak, and you're really processing the emotions you want to get rid of and you don't want, and the emotions you want to keep. It's kind of like meditating when you're sitting there and watching the thoughts go by and the thoughts are just passing. This is coming through as more of like emotional meditating. So the emotions are coming through and you're not letting emotions stick to you that you're not wanting to accept, or not so much accept as in you're not accepting the emotions for what they are. You're just not wanting them to burden you or hinder you in any way. So you're going through the first stages of actually emotionally regulating this situation and what has happened, and you are processing these emotions rather than being so stoic and hard around this for the first time. The challenge is giving too much and being too generous with your time and your resources at this time, because you have a lot to give in the environment. So just be aware of what you're giving and keep your energy to yourself at this time, because it's very important for this emotional growth that you are going through. The Ace of Wands here in the mental space is a new idea, a new passion, a new movement forward, and you can feel that in the emotional space with the Page of Wands, actually wanting to explore something, seeing potential in a situation, seeing growth, feeling excited about something, because you have this kind of, this is almost like, I want to say play money. It might not actually be money. It might be time. It might be energy, but you have all this stuff that you can play with and you can explore. Now this change has happened, and whatever this relationship is, it might be extremely important. It might not be. It may be something that's just a feather in the wind, so to speak, but it is something that is important to your growth. This relationship doesn't feel like it's so much about the relationship itself. It's about the feelings or the change of feelings that has occurred due to this relationship. So this relationship could be a catalyst to your growth or your emotional maturity in some way. And now you have this new idea. You emotionally want to move forward with this new idea, and you've got all this time, energy, or resources to play with or have some fun with in the environment, because you have a lot of security around your time, your energy, and your resources. You're feeling secure with what you have. Just be wary not to give too much away or give stuff away that you don't have at this time, because this is new. We do have the Ace of Cups, sorry, the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Swords. Although this Queen of Cups is looking like the first time you are experiencing this cup too, or you're putting this this emotional situation into action. So there's been a change that's been out of your control to do with an emotional relationship that had a lot of deep emotions that were kept under the surface. These emotions are now coming out to light, and you're now meditating and working out and regulating your emotions from being very shut down and stoic and stern. The challenge is giving too much of your time, energy, and resources away at this time, because you do have a lot in the environment to give and to share, and you have a new idea and a new passion that you're wanting to move forward with here from an emotional standpoint, because you are very excited about this, because you've now opened up this emotional space. Forgiveness, yeah, and sadness, yes, exactly. Exactly. So this is why this Four of Cups is a supportive energy, because you are processing the sadness. You're processing the sad energy instead of holding on to it. And there is a sense of forgiveness coming in. Trusting yourself is often harder than trusting others. Don't worry if you get this wrong. The consequence will not be as bad as you think. Sadness. Allow yourself the space to feel miserable. Mourn what has been lost or what cannot be. If you don't take time now, your sadness will catch up with you later when you're, if you don't take, I'm really excited about reading this, because I'm like, yes, this is it. So I feel like that's like your mental space. Yes, amazement. Yes, this is it. Okay, calm down. If you don't take the time now, your sadness will catch up with you later when you're least expecting it. So even though this exciting new thing has happened, take a moment, slow down, and really process this sadness and this forgiveness that's happening at this time, because this is really important for your growth. And then we have underneath amazement. You have worked hard to get everything just the way it is right now. Trust and enjoy this moment. Everything is as it should be. This is really beautiful. This is a huge process of emotional acceptance and not wanting to be really rigid in the next coming years, and feeling very resentful, rather than actually processing these emotions, going through the sadness and letting these emotions open up, so you have the opportunity to have this passion and this desire and this movement, and actually enjoy what's in front of you. This security, this love, this whatever this might mean to you, this is security, and this is foundation and something that you can build upon. Thank you.